This is Story Recapped. Today, I'm going to show a movie about a couple who strives to keep their love intact as memory loss disease spreads. It is a drama, romance, and science fiction film called Little Fish. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. In an undetermined future, an outbreak of a disease that causes memory loss is at large. Multiple people are affected. Although symptoms appear subtly, it takes a big toll on humanity's quality of life, even if it can't be seen. As the virus threatens to obliterate the history of their love, the couple fights the disease for their relationship. However, love is not enough to hold things intact, as memory plays a big role in it. On a sleepless night, Emma recalls a memory with her husband, Jude. On a random beach, she seemingly struggles to remember some minor details about their relationship and memories with her friends. In the middle of the night, Emma sits on her desk to write everything she remembers to preserve her memories. She starts to write about the first phone call she had with Jude while still in a relationship with Tim. On Halloween, Emma ditches a party with Tim to spend time with Jude and his other friends. Over time, both of them become closer, but Emma keeps a distance as she is still with someone else. In the present, a new virus has spread called the neuroinflammatory infection, also known as NIA, which has no cure. The disease could affect anyone and causes gradual or instant memory loss in people. Emma works as a vet in an animal shelter in Seattle, while Jude is a photographer who used to be involved in illegal substances. She loves her job, but it starts to drain her energy. Like Emma, Jude also encounters mishaps in his job. However, both find comfort in each other's presence as an escape from the chaotic world. On their way home, the bus suddenly stops, and the driver walks out of the vehicle. It is one of the many circumstances that exhibit the horror of the disease. Without a choice, the couple walks home, happily prepares dinner, and comes home to their dog, Blue. The driver, walking away from the vehicle and having no sense of his profession, is one of the many horrors that took place in the film. Some are a fisherman forgetting how to manage his boat, and a marathon runner forgetting to stop at the finish line. Emma reveals in a voiceover that these narratives piqued her interest at first because they had a fascinating mystery to them. She admits feeling bad about it, but it is reality. The allure of this illness, which can strike anyone at any time, regardless of age or previous health status, is how it transforms the ordinary into the tragic. One night, Emma notices that Jude is becoming more forgetful by the day. She begins to see symptoms of the disease in him, so she subtly asks him questions about her. Jude is defensive that he has symptoms and swears that he remembers everything about them. Their argument does not prolong any longer, and they settle for uncertainty at the moment. In Emma and Jude's friend group, Ben is the first one to have the disease. As a musician, Ben asked his friends to help him record all the songs he had ever written before his memory could deteriorate. Along with Samantha, Ben records his songs in a studio, but he forgets about his compositions halfway through. He begins to be hysterical, causing him to throw his guitar across the room. As a solution, Jude talks to Ben about getting a tattoo to help him with his memory loss. It proves to be effective, as Ben performs better during his recordings. The following day, Emma's concern for Jude's memory grows, so she signs him up for a clinical trial to combat the disease. Jude has no idea about it, but Emma believes that it is for the better. She receives a call from the clinic and is informed that Jude is one of the selected patients to undergo the trial. The following day, Emma accompanies Jude to the clinic for an evaluation where he answers several questions about the exhibited symptoms. Jude is uncomfortable about the whole situation. He is gathering up his courage mainly for Emma's peace of mind. Part of her fear is that Jude will end up like Ben, who struggles because of the disease. This could also affect their relationship to a great extent and create conflict in their marriage. Emma takes the initiative to enlist Jude for the clinical trial because she sees hope in finding a cure. During the evaluation, the doctor explains that the treatment is surgery on the brain. She explains that an oral cranial puncture would penetrate to the temporal lobe, which is associated with memory. Jude becomes uneasy and admits to Emma that he does not want to do it anymore because of several risks. Upon hearing his decision, Emma becomes upset, which causes an argument between them. One night, Jude and Emma receive a call from Sam, who is seemingly in a state of panic. The couple rushes to the house and sees Sam in tears as they arrive. According to her, Ben is out of control and holds her at knife point, so Jude comes upstairs to calm him down. Surprisingly, Ben still remembers Jude and becomes calm after Jude explains that he has the disease that causes memory loss. Both men sit beside each other and bask in the loneliness that the frightening disease has caused. Jude sees a news report about the highly positive results of clinical trials for the NIA during a ferry ride. This stirs national attention from numerous people diagnosed with the disease and the ones who have symptoms. Days pass, and more people rush to hospitals for treatment, but to no avail. Meanwhile, Jude is taking things easy as he tries to live his life as is. Every day, he tests his memory and keeps track of what he remembers by taking notes and pictures. Emma confronts him after receiving a phone call from the clinic, where the doctor informs her that they found an illegal substance in his system. Jude has been clean for almost 6 years, and he takes pride in it. However, before experiencing the symptoms, he runs into an old friend, Naps, who used to party with him. Jude was hesitant to accompany Naps initially, but the latter assured him that they would just catch up. The disease caused Jude to forget about his progress in being clean and about meeting Naps. On the other hand, Emma is disappointed to say the least because a free clinical trial is out the window. She is upset about it, but Jude claims to forget taking some. Not long after, Jude recalls running into his friend Naps, which might have been when he took illegal substances. Emma walks away disappointed and finds herself reflecting on the situation. The following days become more difficult as Jude's memory begins to fade. Emma helps him recall memorable days in his life, but he seems to forget them, including their wedding day. Although he remembers small details about how they met, a big chunk of his life is fading away because of the disease. Jude repeatedly apologizes to Emma about the situation, but she assures him that he is not the one at fault. Emma shows him around the city and revisits the places he has forgotten to make him feel better. Emma receives a phone call from her mom's phone at work, but a stranger is on the end of the line. She finds out that her mother's condition is getting worse as the disease gets the best of her. Worried, Emma promises to be with her as soon as possible, but she is still torn between taking care of her mother or her husband. After coming home, Jude asks Emma a great favor which is highly unexpected. He asks her to perform the surgery for him as many videos online have circulated about the procedure done at home. Emma is taken aback by his request, but hospitals will not admit Jude because of the drug evaluation feedback given his background. Finally, Jude convinces Emma to perform the surgery despite the many risks that are present. One of the news reports shown in the film is a step-by-step tutorial video about the procedure that went viral online. Out of desperation, Jude begs Emma to perform it on him. Emma is hesitant to do so because human anatomy is far more complex than animals. The lack of access to healthcare poses a great danger to humanity as they resort to other means. Some patients settle for dangerous operations out of necessity. That night, they make their way to the veterinary clinic, and Emma prepares the tools that they need. As Emma injects a sedative at the roof of his mouth, Jude becomes unconscious. After several minutes, he regains consciousness, and Emma has done the procedure. Things seem to be better after a couple days, so the couple decides to go on an out-of-town trip to celebrate. They rent a countryside cabin located in a quiet neighborhood. After a day full of laughs and smiles, Jude reveals that the procedure did not work. He reads a letter he composed for Emma to thank her for everything while expressing his fears because of his condition. While hearing Jude's words, Emma breaks into tears and leans in to embrace her husband. At daybreak, both of them travel back home, and Emma is seemingly at peace because Jude has the disease. She does not force anything to happen anymore and becomes more understanding toward him. At work, Emma talks to one of the workers at the shelter, and she asks an obvious question. Her colleague looks at her with confusion, and at that moment, Emma realizes that she experiences symptoms of the disease. She is in denial of her condition, even when she forgets a walk that she planned with Jude. The film shows how the disease has no precautions. No amount of carefulness could protect someone from it. Young, old, man, woman, everyone could be a victim at any moment. It breaks down the young and old. The narrative barrier that portrays the older generation as the weaker minority is no longer in play. Emma's biggest fear for her husband is also slowly creeping onto her. But after all, how can she be sad over something she cannot remember? While outside, Jude notices a shift in Emma's behavior along the way, but he keeps taking her pictures anyway. They reach the beach, and after Jude takes a picture of Emma, he hands the camera to her like a stranger takes a pic of another stranger. Emma runs after him and reminds him that she is his wife, but Jude does not recognize her at all. They get physical once Emma keeps pulling his arm, causing Jude to push her to the ground. Before leaving, he apologizes and claims that he will ask for help for her. Emma stays at the beach crying as she feels helpless about her situation. She holds on to fond memories of Jude as she sees him walking away. Not long after, Jude returns with their dog, and Emma holds Blue in a friendly way. However, Emma has forgotten that she is Blue's owner, manifesting that her memory has also faded. Although the story was written years before the pandemic, there are certain parallels about the concept these days. People are sick because of a virus, and it causes them to forget how they used to live and how they managed their day-to-day lives. Such drastic changes are dangerous to people's health, quality of life, and society as a whole. For Emma, they could not build a future if they keep rebuilding their past. Fragments of their memory somehow hold their relationship together, which is uncertain. Despite all odds, Emma and Jude have to accept one thing. Life goes forward, not backward.
Come on, Emma, you couldn't even remember your dog?
Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.